Got a nice short video for you today, or I hope it's going to be short anyway. You may be wondering what the heck the item in question is today, and this is a Windows Combat Evolved embedded PC, effectively, built for running a big machine. It's the controller of the machine, if you will. Well, there's not really much preamble I can give because I don't know a whole lot about its origin. I just know that my dad got it from the factory where he works, so maybe if he's watching can weigh in and tell us exactly what this was used for, but in the meantime we're just going to take a look inside and see exactly what it is we're dealing with. But first, let's just take a quick look around the outside. So this is built by Syslogic. The camera is miles away so I can't zoom in, but made by Syslogic. It says Advanced Control Systems. And you can see we've got a variety of ports available. We've got SVGA for some sort of video output should you need it. Keyboard, that's PS2 keyboard input. We've also got a PS2 mouse. No USB, of course. I don't know why you'd be surprised by that. Ethernet. We've got some serial and COM ports available, and RJ11 for a modem as well. Some sort of product key for Windows Combat Evolved. And the power connector, which, well, I mean, I've no clue how I'm going to power this darn thing. Like I said, this was in a machine, so a much larger machine. This was just a part of it. So I'm assuming that the power will have come from the main power, like the power supply of the machine itself, and it'll have just fed a bit of power to this machine, this controller. Anyway, that's on what I assume is the back. On the front we have just a parallel port here. On the bottom it's got some info and a couple of things to hang this from, or like clips. We can probably remove those and then it'll sit flush on the surface here. And nothing else besides an interesting thing that I noticed. It's got a Gotek drive in it, and I found that curious. I mean, it makes sense from a practical perspective. I mean, you don't have to use floppy disks. We know how reliable they are. But given that I've only ever come across this in a hobby context, and particularly in a context of video games, it's interesting to see it used in a commercial capacity. Anyway, we're going to try and get this open and see exactly what's inside. Now, I'm not really sure what to expect. Running Windows CE, really it could be anything. I mean, it's going to be quite old, the hardware inside here, or at least it's going to be made to an old standard, if that makes sense. So, I mean, it could be potentially a Vortex86, but I don't know if they run CE. I will mention that I was somewhat expecting this to be rack mountable. I did actually check it with my rack system that I've got. Retro rack. Oh, gosh. We should probably take those feet off as well, shouldn't we? And it doesn't fit any standard rack measurement, so I guess it's just... well, I suppose it's probably purpose made for the machine that it came from. Which is to say we might not actually get much out of this. But anyway, screws have been removed. And it comes away quite easily, alright. Are there any other screws I need to be concerned with? Oh, there we go. It was stuck. It was stuck around the parallel port, but there we go. The top just comes off like that. Easy enough. Right. So I can see it's got a couple of daughter boards. Gosh, what are we looking at exactly? This board here, I can't remember exactly what the name of the form factor is. I'll unplug some of this. Let's get the feet out as well. Ow! Feet that are sharp and cut you. Begone, feet! You are no use to me. You are surplus to requirements. Oh, there's washers as well. Begone. More scary bits of metal. Also, it appears that the Gotek is screwed in at the bottom. So it's still going to be a little wobbly, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Right, back to the unit itself. These edges are a little bit sharp, so I'm going to try and be careful. So what do we have then? Let's unplug the IDE. What have we got here? We've got some sort of daughter board. I hope this is picking up my voice okay. And not outside, I forgot to shut the window. It does say SysLogic IPC Rel 12. I don't know if that means anything. Can we just lift this out now? Oh, I think it's got some sort of pins connected to whatever's below it as well. There we go. Bit of force, that comes out nicely. That is a compact flash card. Lynx EM4 Plus. Gosh, I wish I brought my phone now so I could look that up. But yeah, got a compact flash card. Cactus Technologies. Industrial grade compact flash. This looks like it could house... now, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not 100% familiar with this older technology. I mean, the sort of thing you use in CF cards, and this is making me think it might well be some sort of 486, which is very exciting. But this looks like it could house an 8087 math coprocessor, which you would have if you had an 8086 or one of the other x86 things. But I think this will come out as well, so it's like a mister, this. It's just this big stack. Lots of ribbon cables in the way too. Maybe? I'm not sure if I'll be able to get that out. I think all the juicy stuff is on the bottom. A coin cell, but it doesn't look like a CR2032. It's a CR2450, which is not something you often see in a computer. Take that out. Yeah, I think I might have needed pliers for this. Bear with me. I've returned with my pliers and my phone. I'm just going to quickly look at what the Lynx EM4 Plus actually is. Oh, it's the video adapter, right? It does actually look like it was on ThinkPads at some stage. Not a huge amount of information on it, but some of the older ThinkPads potentially had this thing. Yeah. Okay, like Pentium 3 ThinkPads had one of these. Fantastic, okay. So that could be good. Probably not that good actually. Might be good for DOS. But the thing is, if this does end up being useful for anything, it probably will be good for a DOS machine. Right, I'm just going to loosen these. That's the plan here. There we go. That was easy enough. Wonder what this is for then, because an 8087 wouldn't go there, would it? Gosh, I hope I can get this all back together again. I may have to disconnect this as well, whatever that is. It's not SATA, is it? No, it wouldn't be. No, I don't know what that is. Audio, maybe? Well, no, because there is no audio. That could be a thing, couldn't it? If I was going to try and use this as a DOS machine, I'd have to work out audio somehow. Let's remove this board now. Oh, there might be some I/O on this actually. Yeah, I need to be careful. It is coming through. There we go. There we go. Might need to remove the these bits of the VGA connector as well. It's a bit of a faff, isn't it? I don't think we'll be getting Voodoo support out of this either somehow. But that's fine. I've got another machine for Voodoo, so I'm not especially worried. And then that just comes free. Right, so that's the other part. That's the second daughter board. And what have we here? I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking at here. Let's see. This is probably completely blowing out the contrast, so I apologise in advance. So, I'm seeing TL16C552AFN. I'm also seeing Xilinx something or other. This is probably the money, isn't it? Yeah, this is all SysLogic specific stuff, so I don't know if we're getting much out of looking it up, but well, let's see if I can find this, because this is probably the CPU. No, oh, actually, no, it's not. It gets better. You've probably spotted this before I did. There it is, look. The Vortex86. So, potentially means that this is kind of the heart of the whole system, because you've got your CPU and your graphics on there. It is a Vortex86. Fantastic. It's a Vortex86DX, in fact. So let's just quickly look and see what that's equivalent to. Like I said, this is an embedded system, so I don't think it's quite as capable as an actual 486, or a 386, or a 286, or a whatever. Vortex86DX. But it's still pretty cool, isn't it? Especially considering these things are like hundreds of pounds. PC104, that's the form factor that this is in. I remember now. Apparently it can drive up to 1 GB of RAM, which is a bit silly. I didn't actually spot any RAM. Wonder where that is then. I would suspect it. Oh, this might be it actually. Let's just have a quick. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the memory situation is. Is it on this one maybe? No. Doesn't look like it. Anyway, it's essentially it's got built-in L2 cache, but otherwise is the same as the Vortex86SX, which is 486SX essentially, but embedded. So it's a bit different. It's not the same thing, but it's capable of doing the same thing. And the whole point of these systems is for legacy hardware, essentially. So you might have some sort of business application that can only run on DOS, and I happen to know that the machine that this was in, the controller software for it only runs on DOS. I've got distinct memories of my dad telling me, in fact, that they had to use floppy disks for a while. This, of course, has got the Gotek in it, so that cuts that issue out. But yeah, it's made when you need DOS. You can't do any other, and you need it to be reliable, because that's the other thing. You could just stick any old x86 PC with DOSBox on it and call it a day, but this has got actual support from the manufacturer, so that is worth a lot for businesses, and that's why these things are so expensive, because they're new, they are supported, and if it goes wrong, well, you can just get it replaced and then send the old unit off to me, apparently. So that's this machine. I am really excited to try this out now. Going to have to work out the power situation though, because it does appear to be soldered in, this thing. It's not just a connector you can remove, so might have to. Yeah, it's not got its own PSU, and I don't know even if you could connect your own PSU for, like, you'd hope that you'd be able to for like testing or something, but it's been cut off, so yeah, this is going to be a tricky one, I think. But I'm sure I can work something out. Maybe I can ask some of my friends and see if they can suggest something. But whatever the case, this is very exciting, and hopefully soon I'll be able to use it and show it off, play some shareware, play some DOS games. It'd be great. Anyway, that's pretty much it from me for this one. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all for the next one.